was he on about? That body mister, come figure it out with the Sonnet sisters.
Neighbours, Godspeed. Welcome to Sonnet Sisters. My name is Anna and today I will be reading sonnet number 5. Those hours that with gentle work did frame the lovely gaze where every eye doth dwell, will play the tyrants to the very same, and that unfair which fairly doth excel, for never resting time leads summer on to hideous winter and confounds him there. Sap checked with frost and lusty leaves quite gone, beauty o'ersnowed and bareness everywhere. Then, were not summer's distillation left a liquid prisoner pent in walls of glass, beauty's effect with beauty were bereft, nor it nor no remembrance what it was. But flowers distilled, though they with winter meet, lose but their show, their substance still lives sweet. I found this sonnet quite a mouthful, and I found it more impenetrable than the previous ones. The meaning of the specific words and phrases isn't quite as clear to me, so I'm not going to do a sort of word-for-word modern imagined translation because I don't think I have any idea what's actually happening in the actual phrases. I think I only get a vague sense of the meaning or the message, overall message, because I now know what the Fair Lord sonnets or the Procreation Sonnets are, so I think that context will really help in digging into the meaning of this sonnet. First impressions, a bit lost on me. As an entirely ignorant one potential reading of the first few lines. Those hours that with gentle work did frame the lovely gaze where every eye doth dwell. Knowing what we know about the previous sonnets and about the Fair Lord sonnet intention of convincing somebody who's beautiful to have children because they're beautiful, potentially this could have something to do with the moment that the sonnetee, the subject, was born. So those hours that framed the moment when a gaze of love turned to the subject, upon whom now everybody looks, will play the tyrants to the very same, potentially linking birth and death and nature being a life giver and, a life taker awayer. So bringing in death early again to contrast beauty in life, and birth with death and the removal of beauty or the removal of life. The second quatrain again is bringing in the element of time and time running out, and also nature, so two big recurring themes in the sonnets so far. For never resting time leads summer on to hideous winter, so contrasting beauty and ugliness, warmth, cold, confounds him there, sap checked with frost and lusty leaves quite gone. So again reminding us that one day we will be bereft, we will be out of beauty and life-giving lustiness. With all that in mind, the next bit, then were not summer's distillation left a liquid prisoner pent in walls of glass. Again, I get the impression that this is bringing in the idea of preserving one's beauty in some way. So if you don't distill the essence of summer now while you have the chance, that will be a bad thing. And I think this is enforced by the final couplet. But flowers distilled, though they with winter meet, lose but their show, their substance still lives sweet. So again, I guess if you want to put this in the procreation context, even if you meet old age or bareness of old age, you'll only be losing your most shallow level of appearance, and actually the best part of you will still be present in your children. So some very cursory thoughts there. I'm sure this will be much enlightened in the more in-depth analytical reading of the sonnet. But yeah, quite a difficult one for me on first impressions, on first reading. I think it's very beautiful aesthetically as a poem, not necessarily very accessible. So join me on Wednesday for the What is the meaning of this segment on this sonnet, when I will be digging into the meaning in a bit more depth. Until then, rest you merry.